Welcome in, everybody. Hopefully you're doing well. What are we, episode 206 now? How's everybody doing? How's our video and audio doing?
I feel like I'm going really far out.
The sign. We lowered the sign.
Now,
we can cover over the sign if we need to. Yes, because I need to remember to look at the camera because we are a little off. But hopefully you guys are having a great day, and let me go over here to the chat and see how things are going. But yeah, let us know how audio levels are and everything. But yeah, hopefully everybody's having a great night. And we're going to talk Maverick and Expedition because the order banks did open up this week last weekend, really. I was afraid of that. It seemed like it was a little off. Brandon's saying that frames per second is off a little bit. So video is not normal. Oh, man, I don't know. Hopefully we're good. I don't know. But yeah. All right. See if it gets any better. I don't know if that's a StreamYard thing or not, but there we go. So anyway, whoever tech guy, take a look at it. He's still here. But anyway, so we'll keep it rolling. But on the audio part, should be okay. But anyway, I don't know. Don't know how to correct it, to be honest. But all right. So anyway, unless our mics are off somehow. So anyway, all right. Well, we'll get rolling along. We're going to talk about Maverick and Expedition. A lot of changes, I feel like, to the Expedition. So somebody said stream timing is fine. So I don't know. So Jeff can take a look at it and make sure we're good there. But somebody had just commented, and the reason I'm kind of frantic is, but somebody had commented on that one of my expedition videos that they said that the trimmer is not black interior but cypress green, and yeah, I'm not seeing that in my notes here. So I was just gonna look at that right before the live stream. It's kind of why I was kind of off a little bit, was grabbing notes for that, but yeah, I'm not seeing that. So anyway, we'll cover that. We'll look at that when we get to expedition. So I'm going to tuck those notes away. But yeah, some good things happening. We got some order banks that are closing, some that are opening, some that I'm just unsure about, like Bronco Sport. But we'll get into that. But all right, before we get into that, how was your weekend?
Pretty good.
Not too bad. I don't even remember what I did this weekend. Oh yeah, I was here Sunday night. I was here. Yeah, I had the boys over.
My sister colored my hair for me. So we had my boys and her boys over. So my two.
Hold on, turn your mic up.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Now you can hear me. So my sister colored my hair. My older and her older boys stayed at the house while we did that. So we could, they could have a movie night and hang out. And our husbands hung out. And then the two littles went to your house to hang out. And then we swapped them. The littles went home with their respective parents, and the olders went and had a sleepover.
Yep. We had them over, took them to church, and then, we dropped.
On Saturday, I made sourdough pancakes, a loaf of sandwich bread for the week, and sourdough discard dough for beer rocks. So I made beer rocks from scratch. And then the next day I continued cooking and made cookie dough. So we like to make the cookie dough and then throw it in the fridge and make like 4 cookies each night. So we have fresh cookies each night after dinner.
There you go. You know, I always like to end a good dinner with something sweet. A little piece of chocolate or a cookie.
Both. Lebo has a sweet after dinner, a sweet after lunch, and a sweet after breakfast. So
yeah, I don't do that much for lunch, but yeah, sometimes it's kind of
we are not short on sweets at our house.
Anyway, now, okay, so before we get going any further in here, don't forget, we are going to be streaming this as a podcast as well, so you can listen to it there. Yeah, so you can check that out if you want to, and we'll talk more about yours in just a little bit. But don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so that way you don't miss anything. And then also, remember what I'm doing yet. If you want to join our membership, we do have membership 2 different levels. We have a regular one for $5. A lot of content we'll talk about in a second. There's also a coffee time tier, which gets you a little more content. You can just join it right there. And then if you are on one of them and want to switch to the other, just go to the membership tab and hit that upgrade, and you can upgrade. Now, probably if you're on the higher one, you can downgrade as well through doing that, but that's how you would get to that. So if you've been on a regular membership before, and then you can go to that. Now, hit the membership tab is where you see all of our membership content. And so we do, actually, this is where Niles is telling me I should do a slide on this part too. Well, show some of the things you did. And so as a member, you're going to get several different videos throughout the week. A lot of times the little videos will go live a little earlier for members than they will for everybody else. So if you're really attached to the channel, Maverick videos went live early yesterday to the members, and then later to the public. Also, we do a lot walk on Thursday, and I have a couple different walk and talks. In fact, some people, y'all good? We had a couple things that we talked about for the Maverick, what I could talk about on Thursday. And then also Friday, we do a member live stream. So in this week's member live stream is going to be really special because I'll be gone, but Sarah will be here. So we're going to invite in our members. So if you're a member and you want to join on our member live and you want to join in and be on the screen and chat as well, so Sarah has somebody to kind of bounce things off to, and it's more of a conversation.
Yes.
Then we will put that link for our members in a member post, not just in the Discord, but I think we'll put it on as a member post. So I'll schedule that out before I leave on Thursday. So be looking for that link on Thursday night.
Yes.
If you want to do that. So yeah, we'll be fun.
We'll have some fun.
And then for those people that are on the coffee time tier, you get a video from me every morning. And so it's pretty fun. Except for I didn't do one today. Did I? I left you guys high and dry today.
How could you?
It's busy. I'm right now. Last night I was like up trying to figure out how I'm going to schedule out and get everything done since I'll be gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and only back for 2 days before being gone, for Thursday, Friday, Saturday again. So I'm like figuring out how am I going to, when I'm going to record these videos, when am I going to edit these and have them ready to go? Also, not forget thumbnails.
Yeah.
So that Jeff can have those ready and so that I'm not frantic like I did last weekend when I said, oh, I forgot to tell you, I need expedition thumbnails this weekend. So he did them on his time at home. So anyway, so trying to get that all scheduled. So like we'll schedule the live stream. I'm planning on scheduling next Tuesday's live stream Thursday before I leave.
Yeah.
As well as the member one. So we'll do those and everything. So we'll try to get that all scheduled out. So.
I will say, I was going to have you help me record for next week. If you aren't able to get it fit into your schedule, I can see if maybe one of the ladies can join me.
For your, yes. Well, I'll be here Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
So maybe can we do it Wednesday?
Yeah.
We'll plan on it Wednesday. Because that'll be more, I'm actually planning to where Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm pretty much scheduled so far ahead that I don't want to, Tuesdays are usually, I don't really have time to do anything but get ready for the live stream plus my 2 meetings that I have. But Wednesday, should be open because I'm actually trying to plan that ahead. So except for I have one video that I won't have recorded by Thursday because my vehicle won't be back until sometime Thursday. But I am going to be doing a walk around on my build for a Built Wild Wednesday. That's going to go live next Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I might be doing that and recording that video in Colorado. I was thinking about doing it in Colorado, actually.
No, you take it up to one of your mountain peaks or like partway up the trail and you do it on the trail.
Well, we could. We're going to go up to American Flag Mountain.
Yeah.
So maybe I do it up there.
That's where you do it because you have like nothing beyond. You see mountains.
Yeah.
So that would be the perfect Built Wild Wednesday.
So anyway, we'll be doing that. And I have graphics. They are on. If you're a Coffee Time member, you did get to see a sneak peek. Not a real good shot of it, but a sneak peek of what the graphics look like. And today it's getting its XBell put over it. So I want to protect it from, because I know we're going to be on the trail. We're going to get what they call the pinstriping. That's what they call it.
Yes.
Well, it could get pinstriping, and I'm like, I was like, can I put XBell? What look different? And they said, well, here's our, like Niles was saying, here's our thing about XBell. And I said, so which side is the XBell? And he said, that's what's good about XBell is you can't tell. I'm like, point made. And he said, did you just load that up for me? I said, actually, no, I didn't, but you landed it good.
No, that's the clear wrap, right?
Yeah. So it's got the wrap on it, and then it's going to have a clear wrap on it to help protect it. And it's pretty thick, but it won't change any of the look of the graphic.
So it's going to help protect not only the graphic, but your paint as well, correct? Or is it just going on top of the graphic?
The vinyl it's only going on the graphic.
Okay.
So,
but that's good.
Because it's an XBell. Now it'd be different if Liba was doing a clear on it.
Coat?
Yeah, a clear coat would be different.
But I'm saying like before you do XBell on the rest of the vehicle, you would want to have all those little scratches buffed out.
Yeah, XBell would be too expensive to do the whole vehicle in. But yeah. So
I was looking at your little pinstripes that you currently have back.
Yeah, because you can above the graphics, you can kind of see it. And he goes, well, there's a couple spots here, and these aren't bubbles. These are actually. I said, I know, I know exactly what they are. But anyway, it covers that pretty well. But no, he did a really good job. So Blake and our aftermarket, we kind of exchange favors because we do a lot of videos for them, and he does some things for me and helps me out. And so he actually put the wrap on for me. So I appreciate Blake and the aftermarket department here at McArthur. We have a great relationship between us and Niles and such. I don't know if he's in the chat or not, but
are you guys going to go at Pikes Peak?
We probably will not. Probably not. We probably won't have time. So we're leaving Friday, but not until like
You've been up Pikes Peak several times.
Okay, but we haven't gone together. Your mom and I. Do you remember that? She went without me.
Now here's the thing. You guys
went with you.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We save that for when we go on a big family trip together. Because I know Lebo's not going to go up that, but I want my boys to experience it. So we go up all together and leave Lebo to go do something else. He can hike up it.
Yeah. No, I mean, we've been up it, but usually like Friday, we're gonna she's gonna work half the day, so I'm gonna get everything packed up ready Friday morning, and then we're gonna try to leave around noon to
You guys
1.
are trying to make it into Taylor Park.
Yes, so we have to go another hour and a half over the pass to Taylor Park.
Right. So you're going 8 hours, 9 hours, 9.5 hours.
Yeah, it's a little further. Yeah. So and so if we leave at noon, we should be fine though, and get there. Goal is get there by 10 p.m. and get set up. So I don't think I've ever like set up
in the
camp in the light. So we're always in the dark. But we're pretty good.
You're comfortable with it.
We're usually pretty quiet. We usually don't. The goal is not to open and shut the doors too often on the Bronco. That seems to happen more than anything. Like, oh, I forgot something else. Dang it. I got to open the door and shut it. I hate to wake people up after 10 p.m. because quiet time is 10 p.m. at the campground.
I did that when we got to Michigan. You were like, okay, don't keep the doors open because we don't want to open and shut them. And I kept shutting the door. I'm like, dang it. But most people there were up partying.
Plus, every time you open the doors, the headlights come on. Yeah. And there's somebody right across from you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But most people that night were partying still. So.
Well,
luckily,
the last time we went to not this campground, the other one that we usually go to, Buena Vista. They were up till we were rolling in around 11, and they were still up chatting, and you could hear them laughing and everything at their campsites. A couple of different campers, so it wasn't too big of a deal. Yeah. But anyway, so that'll be fun. I don't know where we're going with that, but yeah. So we're doing some coffee time with our coffee time members. We'll get coffee time this weekend. So on the trail, and I haven't talked to Melissa. I need to talk. Melissa's got a special project she's doing right now with Ford.
Ooh.
I think she's off-roading with Jim Farley. That's just my. I was talking to Brian, and he said there's something we can't talk about later, but hopefully I can tell you next week at Supercell. I'm like, okay, that's great. And so
shooting commercials.
Yeah. Anyway,
Shooting commercials.
I don't know. I think that Jim Farley needs help off-roading, and I think she's helping him.
Getting some PR.
I think. Well, and he did some. If you watch some videos or some stuff, he's been posting. They're taking the Bronco and learning what else they can do. And they said, hey, drop your questions if you have questions or some things you'd like to see on the Bronco. And I said, yes. I said, give me your front and give me the rear locker, right? Should be standard equipment on every trim level. Come on. It's an off-road vehicle. Make it capable. But also what's really funny is he posted a picture of him with like Lauren Healy was with him, and you could see taken from the back seat, and you could see the front camera on his vehicle. And I said, "Oh, that front camera looks nice. I sure wish it was on every vehicle."
Little digs,
little poke, just a little poke. I'm like, man, that comes really convenient. So when you're looking up at the sky, you can actually see the trail. That would be really nice. So a little poke. I knew what I was doing, but it was like, people that know me would know what I was doing.
Right.
But he probably wouldn't. He'd be like, oh yeah, that is a nice camera. I'm like, yeah, I wish it was available on every trim level.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so my podcast, we have Sanford joining me this week.
Okay.
She is a Megalodon monster truck driver.
So you're going through Rebel, but now you're getting the monster truck.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So her start was in drag racing.
Okay.
In sand.
All right. Then we need to get you into the NASCAR racers and right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So learn some interesting things about Monster Jam and how they work and how the monster truck, that world works. So it's really cool.
All right. Good stuff. All right.
Come join me on Thursday.
All right. What's this? There you go. I will. So the goal is that next week's live stream, we'll be talking Bronco Supercell and what we're gonna do there. We're gonna have a booth
with you.
maybe, but he doesn't even know what we're gonna do there. So anyway, but no, we'll talk about that a little bit, and then Wednesday they'll be able to see the walk around on mine, including my graphics on the Wednesday Built Wild Wednesday.
Okay.
If you're a member though, it'll be probably caught. I don't know if it'll be back by Thursday for the lot walk or not. That's the hope. So they said I'll have it back Thursday. And I said, though, Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon. He didn't tell me. So he said, well, he just said he'd have it back to me Thursday. And I'm like, you might let him know that I kind of need that by. He says, well, I told him that you need it by Thursday because you won't be. You're leaving in it Friday. I'm like, yeah. So I don't know. So hopefully, if you're a member, you might get to see a walk around it on the lot walk on Thursday.
I wondered where it went. I was like,
so
where is it?
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, it's definitely one of those. It's going to be one of those things. It's like, wow, because it's nice. It's vibrant graphics on the side. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, it'll stand out. It won't be like any other Bronco. So it's cool. So we'll see. Anyway. All right. So let's see what else. Where are we going at this? Yeah.
At what point are we on your list of events?
I don't print them off anymore. Don't forget the different channels we do like to follow.
Yes.
All Terrain Nation. Don't forget about them. They're on here. They're also on ATN Off Road as well. They have like 5 channels or something.
They're fun on each and every one.
Yeah. And then also Johnny's Car Care Reviews. I've been a little disconnected from him for a while, and I haven't watched some of his videos, and I feel bad because I'm like, oh man, he's a really good friend, and I need to watch some of his videos and go over, give him some support. But so if you haven't watched his videos, go to his channel, check him out. Yeah, he's got some good videos, and he's just a good person in general. So check him out. Of course, we do have yours, All Women Driven. We do have also, we've had on here just not too long ago. We have the Turn Down for Watt. So you have his channel, and they have a podcast for
What's
electric.
Allie's channel?
Allie has one. It's just her name, Allie Dubois, but she doesn't do a lot of videos on there. She's really on Instagram, and Ford likes that. So I've kind of realized that Ford likes Instagram a lot. So, and I just realized so far I've been looking over here at this video because it actually is turned on. But anyway, we'll try to look over there. So yes, and then see some others. There's also Bird Dog Overland, which he might be at Supercell. I don't know if he's planning to go or not, but anyway, looking forward to that. I know Rob is going to be there. We have Desert Zamboni is what I think he is on Instagram and Threads. Steve P, he'll be there. So yeah. So and then we have a local person not too far from us that's looking to go to Supercell as well. So it should be a fun time. Anyway, and we're actually looking at that event for the Ozark Rendezvous in the Ozark.
Yeah.
I was telling your mom about that. We might look into going to that. So it sounds like fun. So she's only off that Friday, but then the Monday.
Yeah.
So we would have to try to, I don't know if we could, I don't know how early I think she has to stay contract till like 6 p.m. on Thursday. So it'd be hard to get up there Thursday night. But anyway, it might be something we could get there Friday morning and I don't know, hang out at least one day. Anyway, so we're looking at that. We'll see. But yeah. All right. Well, let's get into this because we're going to talk Expedition and Maverick, some of the changes, some of the things on the Maverick when it comes to videos. All the Expedition videos I have live on what's standard, what's optional, and everything else. Those are all live already. Those went live this weekend. So Saturday, 2 Sunday, 1 Monday morning. Maverick, what's a new video went live last night. Check that out. Tomorrow, you can start tomorrow morning. You're going to start getting these videos. So the XL video is already there. It's not scheduled yet, but that XL video is recorded, edited, and ready to go. So Wednesday morning, probably 9 a.m., you guys will see that XL video for the Maverick, XLT on Thursday, Lobo on Friday, Lariat on Saturday, and Tremor on Sunday. And then next Monday, we're going to do a special Maverick Monday on the dealer installed options because for some reason, Ford decided to put all the DIOs, take them out of each of the trim levels and put them on a page by itself. Just kind of weird. But we're going to talk about one cool DIO that's new for this year that I thought was really cool that we've been seeing on some of the other vehicles. And I think it might be very popular for people to get. So especially I think it'd be a really good option to get for people with a black appearance package because they're losing their black logos. So I think it'd be really cool. But we'll talk about that. Anyway, all right. But we also need to do shout outs to members because that's another thing you get is being part of a member. So maybe we should do that. You ready for that?
I am.
There we go.
So our first member, words are not coming to me easily tonight.
I've had those times. I couldn't remember pinstripe on for my Bronco.
So our first member is Ridgeview. He is our wonderful moderator. He welcomes everyone into the chat and helps catch some of those questions that I don't catch. He'll go, hey, she's going to catch your question, and I see it, and I go and grab it. So he is very helpful. We have Brian Foster. I look forward to watching the remainder of tonight's live stream after practice tonight. I hope you and everyone joining tonight are doing well. We have Ford Enthusiast Evening. Clarence Roller. Roller is here. My first edition hasn't been trickle charged for over a week. He had a recall done.
But he had a TSB done, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that fixed it. So that's awesome.
All right. Next we have Mike M. Hope everyone is having a good Tuesday. Looking forward to hearing more about 26 Maverick. We also have Rob Hallmark, R Quib, Ghost Stang, and Mike 52G. We also have Alan from Very Hot Oregon, Ronald Smith. Evening to everyone on the live chat. Brandon Jones. Swap the back camera to the original, and I got my reversing lines back.
Oh, we've had some times where we'll vehicle back up and we'll lose the lines for a little bit, and it's like, where did that go? So,
I think he swapped his camera though.
Oh, okay.
All right, Shutter Duck, honorary member, part of our 3-person team here at the dealership.
Yep.
Our cameraman, tech specialist. All right. So Brandon mentioned it was the first 60-degree day over there. We had our first 70-degree day. Yesterday.
Yeah, it seemed warm today, but it was cool this morning.
It was 70 yesterday. It was really nice.
Colorado, we're looking at the weather there because it looks like it might have rain one day, but yeah, you know how it is up in the mountains.
Yep. We have Vols 44, Tim and Sarah streaming in front of a mirror, or are they trading places? I think he means this. You can see our reflection.
I don't know.
So we also have, we got some questions in there. Our Quibido, there's a new Mexican restaurant where we live. They have the best margaritas. I think we'll just go for one with some chips and dip. Yes. Let's see. We have more, I believe. Yep. Jack is here from Central Florida. And RagnarCon, just in time. Thought I'd missed something by showing up 30 minutes late, but we're still doing viewer intros. Our intro took a little bit longer.
We chat.
We started talking.
But you missed the good stuff.
We were chatting.
You missed the good stuff.
All right. I think that's everyone.
Okay. You know, so your grandma, my mom, she watches this, but she just watches the beginning. She goes, once you get into the news and stuff, I stop watching. I want to know what's going on with you guys. So she usually watches like the first 30 minutes and then.
See, my father-in-law is doing the exact opposite. He's watching it for the news and information.
So, well, no matter how you're in here. So, but and there's some people that, like, I know All Nation did that. They were talking about some things in his daughter's softball. She hit her first home run.
Yeah.
and everything. You were in there the other night.
Yeah.
And and they were talking about, I know you didn't come over here for that. I'm like, but you know what? I feel like a podcast is kind of like a talk show. And you hear some of the talk show people, they'll talk about their personal lives and such.
Yeah.
And that's part of it.
It starts with bringing it into the topic, like, oh, this is where it happened to me. And so then you start to get a little bit personal. You start to get to someone know your viewers.
Yeah, it's a podcast. If you wanted a video on a certain topic, then there's videos out there. So a lot of times things that we cover,
or you can join afterwards and watch the replay and skip to what you want.
Because I do put timestamps in there. In fact, I don't go home at night until I've added the timestamps. So I do that and do the podcast before I leave. So it's usually like 10 p.m. our time here before I leave, because I put the timestamps in there. So, but yeah, that too. Also anything I cover in here, like we're going to talk about a recap of the scheduling, but I covered all that earlier in tonight's video. So there's always a video on this stuff at some point. And some of the stuff, if it's not, I cut it out as a short, right?
Yep.
And there'll be a short. In fact, I have 5 segments from last week that we still haven't edited into shorts, but those will go live at some point. But at some point, you'll get that information. So it's all about having fun here and learning a little bit and putting it all into one episode.
Kevin made it.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get into this scheduling. So we did cover the scheduling video earlier tonight of what's scheduling for this week. And we did also cover what's happening next month. So I won't go into too much of that. It's just that what models aren't scheduling. So Escape is not scheduling this week. Expedition is not scheduling. Expedition is pretty much scheduled out their 25 model year. They're pretty much balanced out at this point. So there's a couple models that, and then Lightning is not scheduled. So those are the ones that are not scheduling. All the others are. But at this point, I like to tell people that too, is that the first couple weeks of scheduling are the most important. At this point, it's whether or not a dealer has anything left. So because the first week, which happened the week of the 11th, that was the first week. That was retail only for about every model. And then the next week after that, the week of the 18th, that is where they finish out retailing and start doing some stock scheduling to finish up those allocations. So by the second week, some dealers don't have any allocations, any of the models left, other than F-150 Super Duty. Those are always a weekly. They don't schedule the entire batch. So those are different. Those will schedule each week and you should have availability. But any of the other models, if you've put an order in, you want to get that order in by the first week of that month so that you can get selected. Otherwise, you're waiting almost a month or so.
Yep.
Just that little glitch there. But sometimes you'll have a little bit of a wait otherwise. And so and that's kind of where we're at this point is this week and next week. The only way you're going to probably get scheduled is if you just put in an order and your dealer still has an allocation available. Like most of these models, we don't have allocations because we already scheduled them all out. Like last week, I think we had 10 Expedition allocations. Well, they all got scheduled last week. We don't have any. The week before, Bronco, we had 20 allocations. They all got used on retail orders, that kind of thing. So that's typically how that works. Ranger, our 10 Ranger Raptor allocations all got scheduled in the first week because we had retail orders for those. So anyway, so that's kind of how that went. So I won't go into much detail on that. Now let's talk about scheduling for this next week or this next month though, which should start. I don't have to flip the calendar. In a couple weeks, not Labor Day week, but the week after that Thursday is probably the first week for scheduling for November production dates. Believe it or not, we're into November production dates, but they do schedule 2 months in advance. And just some big things to note, most everything's going to schedule normal 4 weeks. Did say Mustang is going to schedule 3 weeks. So I think the plant's going to be down 1 week probably. Expedition and Maverick, it is startup scheduling for 26 model year. So believe it or not, you got a couple weeks to get those Maverick orders in. If you want to be one of the first ones to get produced in November, that's going to start that week or in a couple weeks. So get those orders in. By the way, the order banks didn't open yesterday like they were supposed to. They were having issues and glitches. And today, when you go to place an order, you can't see pricing. So it's a known issue, they said. So if your dealer says they can't get an order in on the Maverick, they're probably not lying. Anyway, Expedition they'll schedule for 2 weeks for November because they're actually producing 25s into the middle of November. And so they'll switch over to 26 that second week in November. Also, Escape is balancing out already, 26 Escape. So their last week to make an Escape ever, unless they bring it back, is going to be the week of 12/1. Escape is done. Like I said, I mentioned that several weeks ago, we talked about the Escape. And yes, it is true. It is ending. Also, F-150 is balancing out this next month. So they are going to produce at Dearborn through the week of December 15th. So basically, and then the plant closes for 2 weeks for Christmas. You know how that works.
Yep.
So really, Dearborn will start production for 26 in January, probably January 1st. Now, Kansas City, though, they're only going to schedule for 3 weeks. So they're going to stop 25 early. They're going to stop it right around November, around Thanksgiving. So they're going to start production for 26 in December, though. So it's a vehicle that's built in Kansas City. A lot of XLs, XLTs are built in Kansas City.
Yep.
There's certain colors that are built in Kansas City aren't built in Dearborn. So that's some of the changes too. So anyway, so I don't know the exact breakdown, but so there you go. So we will see the 26 model year F-150 with these notes, knowing when they're going to schedule to basically the end of November. We know that December will probably start up scheduling for 26 model year. So we know that the order banks should open up probably in about 3 weeks or so. That would be my guess. So be looking for the 26 F-150. A lot of people would ask me about that. When's it going to open up? When's it going to open up? Probably in about 2 or 3 weeks. And that's just a guess again, but it's pretty educated based on balance out. I can usually backtrace and know. So, okay, if I know that balance out for 25 is through, November. So that means probably startup is going to be December, right? Go back 2 months before that. They need to have orders to schedule for December. So that's October. So they're probably going to start taking orders the month before that. So September. So probably sometime late September, the order banks will open up for the F-150. And if you don't believe me on that, that's exactly what happened for the Expedition and the Maverick. So Maverick did. So I keep looking at the wrong camera. Maverick as well. So that's that information. Now, something else that I have information on that we got today was that the California states, the emissions. So on the Maverick, that was held off for 25 model year, but for 26 model year vehicles, here are some of the breakdown of what vehicles can be 50 state that need a 50 state emissions. And so like we are a state that doesn't require the 50 state emissions. So all of our stock Mavericks will not have the 50 state emissions. So with that in mind, if somebody wants to buy one of our vehicles from like California, Massachusetts, New York, Oregon, Vermont, or Washington, those 6 states, they won't be able to buy one of ours because it won't have the 50 state emissions. So the way you can do that, don't get around that, is you'd have to place a retail order with that dealer. So if we do a retail order, then we can do that. So all Escapes, we can't even order. If they're from those states, we can't do it. It won't work. Now, Explorer with a 2.3 liter, those states would have to have a 50 state emissions. All the others are good. And then all the other configurations, the 3.0, it says would need a 50 state emissions no matter what for that. And then it's saying Mustang is the same, falls in the same line, the 2.3, and then the GT does say 50 state. So, and then Expedition and Maverick, or Maverick 2.0, I should say, and then Expeditions. Again, those 6 states, California, Massachusetts, New York, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington, would need that 50 state emission. So if you're ordering from us and you're from one of those states, you need to let us know so we make sure we put that 50 state emissions on there. But yeah, that's getting pretty tricky because that makes it a little more difficult for us because we do sell, like they were in the call, it was the Midwest, so it was the KC region. Like, well, we don't really have to worry about it because none of our bordering states, around us, because the KC region is usually Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, sometimes Illinois and Iowa. So all the ones bordering all those states, none of them are one of the 50 states. So they were making the saying, well, this really doesn't affect us because none of your bordering states who might be close to you are going to probably buy from you. So we should need to worry about this. I'm like, except for us, because we sell nationwide because of what we do with the videos and the YouTube channel. So we do sell to people like Brian in California, right? People in Maine, Maine's not listed here. Massachusetts is, but if we sell to people in California, Massachusetts, New York, we've sold to Anthony in New York, right? So these vehicles, we need to make sure that we add that 50 state emissions. And so, yeah, it is important to some of us. So also there's other states. Then there's bordering states to those, which would be Arizona, Nevada, Idaho, Massachusetts. Massachusetts is a bordering state.
Now, can they get one off our lot?
No. If they register it in those states, it has to have the 50 state emissions. That's what we're saying is we can't order us. If we order our stocks, we cannot put the 50 state emissions on a stock vehicle. It has to be a retail to be able to do that. And we need it, and they have to register it there.
Like, I get it. They're trying to save those orders for those states that absolutely need them.
Yep. And it says all dealers may add the 50 state emissions at no cost to 1 COVP verified retail order and 2 fleet orders with ship to addresses in green states. So federal border state. So the green states are Oregon, let's say California, Washington, Oregon, California down this border, and then New York, Massachusetts, and then Vermont. And then the bordering to those states would be Arizona, Connecticut, Idaho, Maine, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Nevada,
so they can
Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island may add the 50 state emissions at no cost to those bordering. So those states,
because you could potentially have people crossing over and whatnot.
Yeah. See, when we used to have Colorado, for a while Colorado was on there and it's not now. So anyway, because they're a bordering state to us. But anyway, so there you go. That's interesting. But so there's that. Any questions so far?
I think I mostly have Maverick questions.
Okay. Well, we'll get into Maverick in a little bit. Like questions on configuration for 26 and all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I only have a couple different dealer news updates and really not too much. It won't take too long here. All right. This first one is just an update to a lot of the orders, the builds for the Blue Cruise. So they said effective August 22nd, 25, the 1-year Blue Cruise plan will be extended to 1 year plus 90 days. This update addresses valuable feedback from both our dealers and customers and ensures that the 1-year Blue Cruise plan offered through dealership channels is fully aligned with the plan available to customers via Ford Pass following their initial 90-day trial. This provides a consistent experience and duration regarding the purchase method. So what they're saying is, at the time of delivery, you can buy the 1-year Blue Cruise. Well, that wouldn't be, if you didn't have the 90-day trial or whatever, then you missed those 90 days. So now they're making a 1 year 90 day or whatever. So you get it, but I don't know. Anyway, very difficult. Anyway, and then normally I don't talk about service, but I don't want anybody to miss out this deal here. There is called the Around the Wheel Tire Program 2025 that is coming up. So let me find the dates. There's a lot of information here. The Snowbank will be available for the. So there's a tire sale coming up. I don't know when the dates are in here. I don't see dates in here, but there's a tire sale coming up. I think beginning September 1st, select winter tires and brands sold on retail repair order and installed at the dealership earn a tire seller opportunity to drop a tire into their snowbank under the incentives menu. So there's a special tire sale going on coming up September 1st, it looks like. So I think it's similar to the buy three, get one free or $1 thing. It's not free anymore. They say it's $1, but there you go. Anyway. All right. Well, I'm about ready to get into these, and we're just gonna. I mean, we're already we're ahead by 15 minutes. Oh, I didn't print off the recalls. You want to grab the recalls? That's what I was like. Why are we ready to do this already? You should have recalls. There, I got you all excited. We're about ready to start this, but we're gonna talk recalls. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll get into this. Have you noticed lately we stopped doing the good dealer and we're not doing the is it truth as much? Because we're getting right into it. Everybody wants to.
Well, that's because we're chatting about other things beforehand.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, recalls. We have some here. This here is safety recall 25S76 for 21 to 24 model year Bronco Sport and 2020 to 22 model year Escapes with a 1.5 liter engine. 687,599 vehicles are affected by this one. And there was an advance notice that came out July 16th. I think this is the official one on this, or maybe just an update. Anyway, it says in the some of the affected vehicles, there's a possibility that a high pressure fuel injector may crack, which may result in fuel accumulating on the top of the engine, liquid fuel and or fuel vapor that accumulates near a sufficient hot surface may ignite, resulting in an underhood fire. This recall places and expands 22S73, 24S16, and 25S21 and provides a software repair that will be included for these programs. Letters are going to go out next week. Or no, this week. They're going to go out this week to some of those people. So there you go. Anyway, so that's that. All right. This next one is safety recall 24S55. This is a supplement number 1. So the original one came out June 10th of 25. And this in here on this one, has to do with 2021 to 2022 vehicles. Built different vehicles: Aviator, Bronco, Edge, Explorer, F-150s, and Nautilus were affected by this. 91,093 on this. And here, some of the affected vehicles, an engine valve may crack and lead to an engine failure. An engine failure can lead to loss of motive power, which can increase the risk of a crash. This in here, the reason for this supplement or the change in the update is the service action was updated upon option to secure vehicle during 55-minute engine running test information. Rental information was updated to supply customers labor allowances, the FDRS engine shutdown log file review and photo submission to the approval for the dealership, parts handling allowance, and everything else. So some updates for some of that for dealers more than anything. So there's that. So that recall is available and everything. This next one is compliance recall 25C23, and this says for 25 model year Ranger. And this is 45 vehicles affected by this one, built between March 17th of 25 and March 20th of 25. It says the instrument cluster, the instrument panel cluster on the vehicle may not properly display several vehicle features or display critical safety information correctly. Customers may not be able to disable traction control or change drive modes. The fuel gauge, distance to empty, and fuel economy may not be accurate or operational, including forward collision warnings, auto emergency braking warnings, traction control, roll stability control, seat belts, and the automatic engine idle shutdown feature may not operate. The affected vehicles may not conform to the requirements by the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards for controls and displays, electronic stability control, automatic emergency braking, the brake systems, and the occupant crash protection. So there you go. So this in here said the owners will expect it to be mailed the week of September 8th for this one. So, all right. This next one is safety recall 25S88 for 25 model year F-150 and 25 to 26 model year Super Duties. This has to do with the digital instrument panel cluster. Seems like, I think it's about the same thing as the Ranger. So 354,097 vehicles affected by this one. Some of the affected vehicles, a blank instrument panel cluster may be present upon vehicle startup. This can occur when the vehicle is restarted at a specific point after turning the vehicle off. This may prevent the driver from seeing critical vehicle information such as speedometer warning lights and warning messages. Then inability to see this information increases the risk of a crash. So this in here, letters are going to go out the week of September 1st. It says, or sooner. Well, this week would be the sooner, but anyway. All right. Next one is Customer Satisfaction Program 24N12. This is supplement number 1. This is an update to the recall that originally came out June 19th. So they updated the rental vehicle information, the labor allowance, the approval requirements, the parts handling, and stuff like that. So this in here is a one-time program or repair, I should say, no cost repair for an engine, long block replacement for vehicles that completed the 24S55 inspection process. This program is in effect for 10 years or 150,000 miles from the warranty start date. There you go. And that one affects, did I mention what it affects? 21 to 22 model year vehicles, Aviator, Bronco, Edge, Explorer, F-150 Nautilus. That's the same one as the other one. Anyway, so there you go. All right. Safety Recall 25S20. This is supplement number 3. So this one's updated. They updated the labor allowance and the technical instructions for the 25 Super Duty. The steering column inspection, 11,638 are affected by this one. Some of the affected vehicles due to process deviations at the supplier. The steering column assembly is built with misaligned welds attaching the shifter mechanism to the steering column. If the shifter mechanism detaches from the vehicle while the vehicle is not in park, the driver will be unable to engage park. The vehicle may roll if the parking brake is not manually applied, increasing the risk of a crash. Letters are going to go out next week on that one. Another reason why you should put your vehicle, the parking brake on. I noticed that we didn't usually do that a lot until we started off-roading, and now we do, it a lot more often.
When I was learning to drive, you guys didn't ever mention putting that on. Even though we were on a hill, by the way. I didn't start using my parking brake until I was parking at Lebo's parents' house, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Put your parking brake on. You are on a hill. You are in a driveway. Put your parking brake on." Yeah. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So I didn't start doing that till I was married.
Yeah. I didn't do a lot. I mean, when I had a manual transmission, of course I did, but there's a lot of times still we'll have people out on a lot when it's on a flat surface that we have a manual transmission that'll just, they'll put it in gear and then just shut it off, but they won't put the parking brake on. All right. Customer Satisfaction Program 25P25 for 24 to 25 model year Mustang Mach-E's. Yeah, Anthony, that could be you or me. And this is an antenna plate film removal. 23,800 vehicles affected by this one. It says in some of the affected vehicles, the exterior roof antenna plate film is still present and difficult to remove. This film is intended to prevent scratches and other damage during vehicle assembly and transport, and is intended to be removed prior to customer delivery. Well, hopefully the dealership did it. Anyway, owner letters will not be mailed on this program. So anyway, it does say this program is in effect through August 25th, 2026 for vehicles within the bumper-to-bumper warranty coverage period. Anyway, this other one is Compliance Recall 25C43, and this is for 24 and 25 model year Mustangs, 104,966 vehicles affected. vehicles may not conform to the requirements specified by the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards for table lamp reflective devices and associated equipment. Water intrusion on the BCM body control module may lead to corrosion in the BCM. When water intrusion into the BCM causes loss of communication with exterior lighting components, signal lamps that are required to be activated with low beams, front and rear, side marker lamps, tail lamps, and license plate lamps are not activated. In addition, water intrusion into the BCM could cause the side marker and tail light function to flicker and not be steady burning. So it does say in here, owners of record will be notified via first-class mail after parts ordering information, including repair instructions, have been provided to dealers. So this is an advance notice. So if you're in that one of those vehicles, there you go. All right, which that one could be, I think Mike McArthur has a Mustang, so it could affect him. So, all right.
Yes.
All right. Now we're ready to talk Expedition first, and then we'll get into Maverick. And the reason we're going to do Maverick last is because that's what y'all want to talk about. So we're going to hold you off. Temptation. Well,
yeah, stay.
Actually, I should say because Expedition opened first.
Would you like to hear the Expedition comments before we get into it?
Comments or questions?
Kind of both.
Okay.
Expedition order timing. So these are just like things that they're wanting to hear. So if you know you're going to touch on it, just say we'll be answering that here in a minute.
Okay.
So that way I can just go ahead and they know that we are going to get to their answers.
Okay.
All right. Expedition order timing. When should I order my 26 Expedition trimmer so that it gets built around the buy date? I saw so many get stuck on the hold last year. It seemed they got stuck behind the late orders.
Because we know there is an okay to buy and that kind of stuff. So I mean, so the early ones, so the ones that are going to be built that are going to get scheduled and for November build dates, those will be the ones that'll get held up because it's usually a couple weeks, right? Now, usually that first year, like when there's a big redesign, that's when we see the biggest delay. Like Super Duty, it was like 2 or 3 weeks. It wasn't that bad. It was actually fairly quick.
Yeah.
But a lot of them usually is 3 to 4 weeks. So we know that the first scheduling of orders is going to happen this next month. And then they'll get scheduled for those November build dates. I would say trying to get produced in December would be the best thing to try to, not necessarily pass them by, but to not get caught up into that being held off, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, and again, it's just a guess. There's no guarantee, but I've gotten some experience at this, not only going through it myself, right? But I would probably say trying to not get scheduled, trying to wait until the September's allocations are used up by your dealer and then ordering. So then they're using the October ones for December build dates. That'd probably be the case to do it if you want to try to do that. Try to be built in December. So I'd probably say, again, usually the first couple weeks, right? That week of not September 1st, that'd be the 8th, right? That week is when they're going to probably schedule for those build dates, or the week after that. So probably towards the end of September, I'd say like that last week of September would be a good time to go ahead and order.
All right.
So, or the first week of October, somewhere around that time.
Okay. And
I know that's kind of a long, I had to process through it and think about it. And that just helped me go through that. So
yes,
I know it was a long-winded way of saying that, but.
So the other one is Expedition trimmer interior from black to cypress. Are you going to go over that?
Okay. So I was looking that up. I don't see that changed. So let's.
Okay. And they're wondering, what is cypress? Isn't that like a brown?
Green. It's that green.
Oh, it's
remember,
green.
Remember Timberline?
Yes.
Expedition Timberline or Explorer Timberline was that green
green
interior. That's what cypress is. It's a really dark green.
Okay.
So looking at the order guide for 26 trimmer, the cabin environment is black onyx and electric spice. The seats say leather trimmed with perforated seat inserts, and it says black onyx with electric spice. I'm not sure where you're seeing cypress. If somebody out there has said that, they are wrong. the order guide's saying it's going to be black, just like it was last year.
Okay.
So I don't see it's different. And I think you're probably the one that I was about ready to respond to your comment on the YouTube video.
Oh, yeah.
Right before there. And I'm like, wait a minute, I need to look this up because I didn't catch that. And when I did my video, because I didn't actually use this when I did colors and everything on the inch here.
So it could have been incorrect.
I could have missed it. Yeah. So I wanted to check. But no, that is, it should be the same as it was in 25. So
there you go.
No different there. So here's something that I noticed. So somebody posted on one of the expedition forums on Facebook. They actually asked AI the new changes for 26, and AI brought in all these other things. And I'm like,
no, they didn't.
I said, okay. I said, hold on. I'm like, so bad job, AI, because you didn't get everything correct. I mean, you didn't get anything correct. AI is guessing. At that point, it was probably before 26.
They probably asked the ChatGPT, what are the changes, without giving it 25 order guide and the 26 order guide, because if you do that, it will filter through and go, here's what's different.
Yeah. Oh, it mentioned some things that aren't even available. I mean, like they're not even conceivable. They're not there. It's like, no, that's not right. And so then I gave my video, and I'm not trying to just promote my video, but I think what I did in the changes plus what I did in the videos that I did over the weekend are valuable information, and it's accurate information. So I'm using the order guide. And can I make some errors? I could probably make some errors. If you've gone through the order guide, that's why. So people will put out there.
That's why he takes days upon days, hours upon hours going through this thing, highlighting.
And Maverick isn't even a difficult one.
Yeah.
Because there's not as much equipment on the Maverick. And I still took a full day and last night. So
this is where he's getting it. Cypress interior shows on Law McArthur website under 2026 expedition.
Okay. So then.
That's a Law McArthur error, or like our website error.
That's the company we use that does that.
We'll let them know that needs to be changed.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah,
but
thanks. Appreciate that.
Yes, but they are a company that we give the order guide to.
They should have caught that too.
They should have
noticed it.
But they basically use last year's copy paste and then make those changes that need to be made. Go through it.
Well, but that didn't even come over unless I'd love to look at our 25 guide and see if it says Cypress in there too.
Anywhere on
because the one I'm wondering is if the original order guide last year said Cypress. You know what I'm saying? And they pulled that from Timberline.
Yeah.
Right. So.
But yeah, they're human. It's being inputted by a human. So that is a little bit different, where it's not a video or anything per se. That is wholly a company that is
fixed. Yeah. And they work great because
they're amazing.
There's online, and actually they do a pretty darn good job because they do really. They get the order guide from me, and they get the pricing from me or from another dealer. They have several dealers that have that on their website. But yeah, that is something that they missed.
But I mean,
they
have we at least have a build and price up.
Right. Because, and there's something to talk about. So build and price will not be available on the expedition until November. So probably mid to late November, almost December.
Meanwhile, come over to the Law McArthur website and we have it up.
And test it out.
There might be errors. Please let us know if there are.
And there's been times where we've had to fix some things.
Yeah.
I did have them take off the XL. Because there is an Expedition XL trim.
Yeah.
And it's fleet only. And so it was on there for us. And I said, can you take that off? And they said, yeah, we're going to leave it on for our fleet dealers. Well, I'm like, well, we're a fleet dealer. We can do a fleet order. But if a customer is fleet, they will contact a fleet manager at the dealership. Right. So if you're a fleet dealer, we have a guy that does fleet sales. Typically you would work through them, not go on to a website
and send in a lead and do all of that. But
you'll go through their website. Yeah. So I just want it off there because I don't want people to
two great questions. Well, basically 3 questions that you probably wouldn't have touched on specifically. So wonderful questions. Thank you guys.
And that's kind of talking about the timeline. Order banks are open up. The first time they're going to start scheduling is job 1 will be is mid-November. We talked about that earlier. And then they'll start scheduling that in a couple weeks. So they'll already start scheduling within a couple weeks. Maverick as well. Maverick and Expedition will start scheduling on this next wholesale, which is, like I said, the second week in September for those November build dates. So does say in here, okay to buy is going to be 11/25. It's saying. So that's usually when they'll start letting them ship out. So they're saying it's November. So probably there won't be much of a delay. So maybe you could be okay ordering early on this one.
Yeah.
Does say Ford.com launch is 11/25, the building price.
Okay.
So they actually gave a timeline to us. And they didn't do that for Maverick, but that's all right. I kind of already know that information. So speaking of that, but I do want to make sure that gets updated. So remind me when we're done to email them out. I want to make sure that gets changed on the website. But unless we're going to go through each of the trims, unless I'm wrong, but I don't think so. All right. So talk about a couple things. So some of the major changes, like I found things that Ford didn't, they have a major changes that they put on there. But anyway, I found some things. They added a black painted roof as an option. $7,500 if you want it on the Platinum and King Ranch. It's expensive. A big one that I found, the Power Panoramic Vista roof was part of the two. There's a lot of features, and I might just go straight to that, that are part of that were part of the 202A equipment group, and they are now removed. And now they're standalone options. If you actually tried to add the three of the options that you can get, it then takes the price up, actually more expensive than it was last year.
Right.
And there's still 3 items you can't get that is no longer available on the 202A active. Let's see some other things. They took away the charged air cooler with the fan on the trimmer. Wild green is no longer available, and they're giving us marsh gray instead. They're adding a 24-inch wheel to the Stealth Performance Package. And also this year, the only way you can get the continuously controlled dampening suspension is with a 24-inch wheel. So only available on the Stealth Performance and the Ultimate Package. Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, they're adding the Ford Security Package, which is only available on the F-150 and Super Duty before, now is going to be on the Expedition. You get 1 year with an activation. So that Ford Security Package just allows you to be able to retrieve your vehicle. It's kind of to protect your vehicle. There's some other servers, and we actually talked about it in one of our live streams a long time ago. Might have to revisit that, but anyway, that'll be a change. Wireless charging pad is gone, so we're kind of glad we got a 25.
Yeah.
Because we kind of like the charging pad. It's for us. I mean, the spot where the charging pad didn't go away. There's still a slot there. It's just it won't charge your phone anymore.
Yep.
See what else? They made some changes to some Blue Cruise. They added the Sirius XM for the 3 years. That's, I think, a cool feature. Like, I think if I was ordering a vehicle now, I would order that Sirius XM, and I think that we should order it on all of our stock vehicles too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. It's $300, but there you go. Let's see what else. Sirius XM. Some new DIOs. Nothing huge there. Jump. Nothing you can't get through Ford Accessories website. And then, yeah, that's it. So let's go through some of these trim levels, some different changes. So going first to the active trim. So they removed the power steering wheel. So the power tilt and telescoping steering wheel was removed from the active standard equipment. And they also removed the 4-way head restraints. So that's the ones that come forward and back. You lose that functionality. So from the standard equipment, that was removed. I think some of it goes to the active 202. I might actually have to pull that up because I don't have that in my. Since I did the video, I went back, so I might need to pull that up here because I wanted to go over that 202A equipment group. So let me give me a second. Let me pull that up. Expedition order guide. There we go. So Here we go. So on the active 202A, oh, I need my notes. I don't have my notes. Yeah, what were the three? Okay, so I know the 20-inch wheel is not on there not part of that package for this year. And I can't remember what else. The power adjustable pedals has been removed from that as well. The panoramic vista roof is now a standalone option. Both of those are, but the 20-inch wheel actually allows you to be able to then add it on the 200A if you don't want all those other features. So, but there are a couple things like that that were different and changed. They removed the wireless charging pad they removed as well, which you can't get. But yeah, so there you go. So there's that. All right, and then on the trimmer, we mentioned the cooling fan was removed. The power adjustable pedals with memory was removed from the standard equipment on the trimmer as well. And then the wording driver state detection from the Copilot 360 Active 2.0 was removed, which I thought was interesting. And of course, that wireless charging pad too. So not a lot on that. Platinum, I thought, was a really weird one. Oh, did I not pull that up? Okay, so did I not? Hold on, I thought I grabbed that. I didn't. Okay, I'll pull that up too. So on the Platinum, the power to pull up boards was removed from the standard Platinum. So like ours, you couldn't get the power boards unless you go like driver package. So I thought that was really weird how they did that. So I'll go to Platinum. I think Platinum was the big one that I was just like, really? That's really weird. So they moved the power boards. They also removed the power adjustable pedals from a standard Platinum and the illuminated rear spoiler. So the lights from the rear spoiler, that's not a huge one, but they removed those from standard equipment on the Platinum. And then they added a bunch of like items that just say included with this or that. You have to like jump through these hoops. So like the power tilt and telescoping steering wheel with memory is no longer standard equipment on a Platinum unless you have the Ford Copilot 360 Active 2.0, right, which is included as long as you get a Blue Cruise package. So it's kind of like it goes hand in hand with it. So it says in there that included with retail orders. So, the Copilot 360 Active 2.0 is on all retail orders. Okay. So then it would have it. So that's where it got really confusing, is you would get the power tilt and telescoping steering wheel on a Platinum if you ordered as retail. But if you ordered a stock, see, that's where it gets really confusing. And so there you go. Also, the CCD does require a 24-inch wheel. So I say 24-inch wheel, and not necessarily. It just says it's only that requires a stealth performance or the Platinum Ultimate. And I think it's because of the 24-inch wheel, because that's what you get on both of those. Power adjustable pedals is included on a Platinum as long as you get a driver's package, the stealth performance, or the Platinum Ultimate. So you wouldn't get it on a stealth appearance by itself. Phone is a key also saying included as long as you have the stealth performance or Platinum Ultimate. Let's see what else. The illuminated rear spoiler, not a huge thing, requires the driver's package, stealth appearance, stealth performance, or the Ultimate. The power deployable boards, as I mentioned, was removed as standard equipment. You get that as long as you have a stealth performance or a Platinum. Or if you order a driver's package, you're required to add the power boards. Again, it's not included. Yeah. It's not included as a package price. You then have to add it as optional equipment. Don't make it optional equipment. Just say that it's included in there. Just raise the price of the package. So I don't know. The digital device holder, it says, hey, it's included as long as you don't add the rear seat entertainment, which they could have just made a note to the rear seat entertainment to make things easier, but they didn't. The keypad entry. Says it's included as long as you have a Platinum Ultimate or a Stealth Performance. So again, more reasons why I'm glad we got a 25 and didn't wait for a 26, because there's things that we like that we cannot get now in 26. Right. And this, I'm going to go on a rant right now. This is the thing that gets me. When I first have a redesign or a refresh, you get all these cool features, right? Bronco, 21 Bronco, all these cool features that were standard equipment. And now they're decontenting each year on some of this stuff. They'll bring
Yeah.
a cool feature here, but then decontent things. 25 Expedition, all these cool features, you know. I'm a Platinum. I'm power boards. I got the keypad entry. I got a wireless charging pad. But in 26, I lose all those unless I pay $13,000 for the Platinum Ultimate package.
Yeah.
That's a little disappointing, Ford. Anyway, so there you go. There's my rant. But that is the case. And again, I told somebody in one of the videos, I said, I'm just the messenger. I just deliver the news. I don't make the news. Drivers, yeah. So other than that, that's kind of what is included. Like I said, it's a little misleading. Driver's package did include CCD last year, and this year it does not. But also, if you order the driver's package, you're required to add the power boards, which is no longer standard equipment on a Platinum. So yeah, there's a lot of things there. King Ranch, not a lot changed in the King Ranch. It does get the CCD without going to 24-inch wheel. So there you go. And then other than that, that was it. Nothing really changed on the King Ranch. It was pretty much, it stayed put there. So, all right. So that's kind of some of the major changes on Expedition. But yeah, digital device holders, finally, we're getting it. So there you go. Also, open on approach has been added to a lot of the trim levels. I think standard on Platinum, King Ranch, Tremor, and I think maybe even the 202A. So as you approach the lift gate, your split gate, they added the word approach on or open on approach. That actually, remember at the embargoed event?
Yeah.
That was something they told us about. They said, hey, it's going to have open on approach. And then when we got the order guide, it wasn't in there. And I said, but yet every page says it's an upgrade from, you get the previous stuff plus these things. And then they kept listing the Ford split gate with the same wording. I said, why are you having this upgrade when that was already in the last trim level? And they said, that's because that will say open on approach at some point. It never happened. So that's the device holders, and that feature didn't. So the question that a lot of people have asked me is, are we going to have the open on approach? And will we be able to do the device holders? I don't know. So I hope the open on approach maybe could be a software update, and 25s would get it for those Platinum people, King Ranches and Tremors. I'm not holding my breath. Yeah. I don't see it happening, but the device holders probably not. And device holder is I think they're on the headrest. So, I mean, maybe somebody could order the headrest and say, hey, my headrest got damaged, and then get the device holders. I could see that being, take out the old one, put the new one in. So I could see that actually being available as something you could order through parts, not necessarily like through accessories, but you could go to your Ford parts department once they're out and more accessible, and probably be able to get the device holders. Yeah. That would be my take on that. So anyway. All right. Any questions on any more that arise in Expedition?
I don't think I've seen any more. If I missed your question, let me know.
Yep.
I think I've caught most. Was the ECVT changed at all, or is it literally the exact same as 25?
We're talking Maverick there, right?
I guess, yes.
ECTV. That should be, there's no change to the, so when they do a carryover, what they call carryover from one model to the next, when there's not a redesign or refresh, we usually don't see any change in the motors, but yeah, Bronco did. So I don't think it is. I didn't actually go over that. Let's look at the transmission.
Also, someone asked about your Maverick Polo.
Maverick Polo.
That's the one that you got from the brand manager.
Yeah, I've gotten 2 from them. So.
Yep. Only special people get those, unfortunately.
And the hat.
Yes, and the hat.
The hat. So anyway, all right. EC, yeah, it's the same. They say 2.5 hybrid with the power split electric CVT transmission, ECVT. So should be the same. So anyway, there we go. All right. We ready for Maverick now? Okay.
Yes.
Order bank should be open. It does say in here, mass production 2 is November 3rd. That's probably about when you're going to expect the build and price on Ford.com. It's on our website now.
Really?
So I got an email earlier. I was talking to him. The guy that does the building price was telling me, because he was a little confused by a couple things on the Maverick and how the EcoBoost front wheel drive works. And they says, I couldn't quite understand. I said, well, here's basically the gist of what they're doing. And so I explained it to him. He goes, I get it now. So then they corrected the website and they had it. Again, we can get corrections done pretty quick. He actually knew we were going to be talking about it on the live stream. In fact, we might pull it up because, he wanted to make sure it was up and running before our live stream. So, because he does follow the channel. And that's saying here, November 17th is the okay to buy is the plan. So again, they'll be held for 3 weeks. So the ones that are built the week of the 3rd, they're going to be held for two, is that 2? I guess if I do my math, it's 2 weeks. So they'll probably be held for 2 weeks. So the ones that are built the first 2 weeks, they probably will get put behind, and the ones that's built in the 3rd week. So you'd be looking for those build dates. You want them probably built between after November 17th, right? Anyway, at the start, 51% hybrid, 49% EcoBoost. And I don't know if this is accurate or not, but today they told us that as of job 2, it'll be 80% hybrid.
Oh.
Don't know if that's true or not. I mean, people really like that. They did the mix of XL, XLT, Lariat, Lobo, and Trimmer. It's going to, the XL went up by 2 points. It'll be 25% of the production will be XL. XLT went down 4 points to 48%. Lariat went up 2 points to 17% because they said that's the fastest turning trim level is a hybrid all-wheel drive. Lariat is their fastest turn configuration. Lobo will be 7% and Tremor is only 2%.
Okay.
2.0 EcoBoost says front wheel drive will be 5%. So if you're wanting a front wheel drive EcoBoost to get that cheap one, it's only going to be 5% production. Hybrid all-wheel drive will be 1/3 of the production. 4K tow package, 1/3 of the production, 31%, not quite 1/3.
Okay.
Black appearance package, 11%. Conventional spare tire is 66 because yes, you do not get a standard spare unless you're hybrid. What is it? Hybrid all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive? Might be hybrid front-wheel drive. Mini spare, standard on hybrid front-wheel drive. All other configurations, it is optional equipment. So you get a tire inflator, and sealant kit instead for those other configurations. There you go. So yes, they brought back EcoBoost front wheel drive. It's what it'll visually look like is $1,000 discount. So basically they didn't add another equipment group. It's still 100A. If you choose to go EcoBoost front wheel drive from hybrid front wheel drive, then you save $1,000 is what's going to show up. But no cost to go to a EcoBoost all wheel drive. It'll be $28,145. And then if you want to go all-wheel drive hybrid from the front-wheel drive hybrid, it'll cost you $2,200. So there you go. And then the Lariat did get cheaper because they took a feature off, which we'll get to in a second. New colors will Orange Fury will be available, and Marsh Gray. So there you go. And he did tell me something about Marsh Gray, and I don't know if I can repeat it. But if you really like Marsh Gray, I just say order it early. Just putting that out there. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I know there's a color they're trying to get out, but anyway, that's probably as much as I can do without. I probably am already in trouble. Eruption Green and Desert Sand are no longer going to be available. We knew Eruption Green, but Desert Sand was a surprise.
Yeah.
So Bronco Sport, I mean, not saying that they're made in the same plant. More than likely, Bronco Sport won't have those 2 colors either. Would be my assumption, but again, we have no information yet. Let's see what else. Yes. So on the XLT luxury package, they moved the passenger seat. It was a 6-way manual passenger seat last year. It'll be a 4-way manual passenger seat this year. So it will not go up and down on the luxury package. The armrest on the XLT in the back, it flips down with the cup holders. That will not be there this year. Instead, you'll get the integrated cup holders, the Fitz cup holders instead. Now, what I don't know is the questions I have for the brand manager, which he's on vacation right now, is whether or not the Lariat gets that armrest.
Right.
Because Lariat doesn't show an upgrade to that.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, was it just removed from all of them? And that's the way it is, because usually it carried over, Lariat carried over whatever was XLT. Well, if XLT is that way, does that mean Lariat, Trimmer, and Lobo are that way? So that's the question I have questions on. The power sliding rear window was standard on Lariat and Trimmer last year. It is no longer standard equipment. It's optional equipment now, and that's why they lowered the price. And the reason they did that is so they could provide that power sliding rear window to the XLT trim in Lobo 402A as part of job 2. So if you're wanting that, if you're an XLT and you want the power sliding rear window, or your Lobo 402A, wait till job 2 to order. This is going to, same thing as last year where we said, hey, you need to wait to order if you want to hit the trailer tow features. Remember that? That was all a deal. Same thing goes with the power sliding rear window for this year. Remove the wireless charging pad, no longer available. There's not a unique FX4 wheel this year. It'll retain the XLT wheel. So the wheel change is not included in that package. And they removed the black ovals on black appearance package and Lobo and maybe Trimmer. So you won't have those. Tire sealant kit replaces the mini spare tire for the except for hybrid front wheel drive, Trimmer, FX4, and 4K tow. They will get it. So, and then you get a conventional spare tire is available as a standalone option. Yes. So there you go. There's that. So there's some of those. So we can break down some of these and kind of go through. I think pretty much that covered almost everything, but I know there's things that I caught that they didn't. Oh, here's some things that I caught. So they did make a change to the XL or the standard equipment for the Copilot. So if you guys followed my videos, you know that it's been a confusion for customers, because when they first had the Copilot 360 Assist on the order guide or on the window sticker as standalone option, no charge, on like even the XL, a lot of people thought they're getting adaptive cruise. So because of that confusion, they did away with any wordage or verbiage of Copilot 360 as standard equipment. So instead, they kind of included those things like the auto high beams. They added lane keeping system as standard equipment on even an XL now. So lane keeping alert, the assist, the driver alert, and road edge detection now standard equipment on all. They also added the intersection assist as standard equipment on all, which is, I think that's a good thing. Post-collision braking as well. Rear view camera, that's all standard equipment, and the pre-collision assist. So those, some of the features that I always say are Copilot 360 features, they're no longer called, although they list them in the Copilot 360 package, which is optional. I'm like, you almost had it, Ford. You almost had it. Why don't you just take those features that are standard equipment as part of the Copilot features, just get them out. Just tell me what I get. So when I did the video on the Copilot 360, which you guys will see on tomorrow on the XL, here are the things that you get for the $795 package for the Copilot 360 as upgrades, right? You're getting the Bliss with cross traffic alert. And for this year, it adds the trailer coverage. People asked for that before. Now it includes it. You're also getting the rear cross traffic braking. So as you're backing up, someone crosses your path, you don't pay attention, it brakes the vehicle. So that was added. You get the parking sensors as well as part of that package. And then you also are getting two features that are new that I had to look up because I wasn't sure. In fact, when I did the XL, you'll notice this when I did the XL and XLT video, because I didn't look it up until after I did those.
Yeah. Blind
spot assist. And I was like, how is that different from blind spot monitoring system? So do you know what it is?
No.
I Googled it. I Googled it, and it's on some website Ford has. So blind spot assist actually will nudge you. So if you are going to go and switch lanes and there's somebody in your blind spot currently in your blind spot, even if you don't put your turn signal on, I believe if you go over, it'll try to kind of like the lane keeping assist does right now.
Yeah.
How you make it hard for you to go over the line.
Yeah.
It's going to do that for you.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. So that is going to be part of the Copilot 360 package. And then also exit warning. Do you know what that is? I'm quizzing.
It tells you when it leaves the lane.
No, exit warning is when you're parked and you shut the vehicle off. So it was introduced into the Mustang in 2024 as a feature. And so basically, when you shut the vehicle off and you're about ready to exit, this is going to be activated for 3 minutes after you've shut your vehicle off. It will warn you on the dash and such that there's a car or a bike passing you, so you don't open the door on them and make them hurt them or hurt your door. So that is also now included in the Copilot 360. So there you go. So that's that package. And so some of those are some of the changes for that. Oops, I just took that away. So those are some of the changes on that. Some of the other things, let's see what else. The DIOs, they put a separate, so we'll have that as a separate video on the next Maverick Monday, Labor Day. We'll go over DIOs in a separate video. XLT, I mentioned the armrest. Let's talk about the luxury package. We mentioned, we already talked about the manual seat changing to a 4-way. The black ovals were removed from the black appearance package. The 4K tow package, the only thing that I noticed was they added on to the transmission oil cooler that it's a hybrid only, gets the oil cooler. And then they removed the unique wheel to the FX4 package. Yeah, that's it there. And then they added that Sirius XM 3-year plan, which is great. So Lobo, they removed the black Lobo Ford ovals. They also removed the wording painted grill accent bar, which I think that was just one of those things that they didn't mean to have it on there. So sometimes I'll see that in order guide where, they'll add that, but it really didn't change anything. It's just that they missed that they had it on there last year when they went and reviewed it. Just like on this other, they added the wording body color to the painted door handles and the painted rear bumper and the painted rockers. So last year just said painted door handles. Well, we know it was body colored. So they just added that word to it to make sure people knew that. And they also added the power 8-way driver seat to Lobo. They didn't add it. It's there in 25. It's just, it wasn't on the order guide last year.
So yes, still no split back seat.
Nope.
I did ask Kristen about that after her interview, after we stopped recording, and she said that she has no choice in that. That's the engineers.
Yeah. Lobo 702A, that high equipment group, gets that Ford connectivity package that adds the navigation to it. And then that package gets a Copilot 360 Assist 2.0, which gives you the 360 camera, adaptive cruise, faces steering assist, front parking sensors, and reverse brake assist, and heated mirrors, which was not listed last year. But I think it was just one of those things that I think it had the heated mirrors. It just wasn't listed. Let's see. What else? Lariat. Let's talk about Lariat trim level. This is where I had questions. Fit system, armrest, I don't know. Also in here, it had cubby, storage, and bed, driver and passenger side for the Lariat. Right. So the cubby's in the bed. Now, am I wrong on this? But when you go Lariat, you get the lights in the driver's side, right? You get the lights with the outlet. So then you wouldn't get a cubby on that side.
Oh.
But it says it has a driver and passenger side. So tell me, you guys, Richie has got a Lariat. That didn't change from when he got it. So my question is, do you have a cubby on the driver's side? Because if so, then that order guide's wrong and they need to fix it. This is what I do. I proofread for Ford here. They removed the wireless charging pad. Oh, they also removed the wording one touch up and down for front and rear windows. So they removed that wording. So that makes me wonder whether or not, and again, we don't know until my brand manager comes back from vacation, whether or not it'll have the one touch up and down. So what that means is when you just like hard press it and pull it, you can let go and it'll continue to roll it up. I love this in the Bronco.
Yeah.
So I'll pull those all the time. I'll do the front ones, and while they're going up, I'm doing the back ones. So I love that feature. Also, they removed the power sliding rear window standard equipment and the wireless charging pad. So
we had a question on the wireless charging pad.
Yep, gone. They removed it on every vehicle. Like people are like, they're asking me. I'm like,
well, someone mentioned, it's for the overheating, how it affects the
be.
phones and things like that.
Yep. So on Lariat, power slide rear window is a standalone option. It's $350 if you're wondering.
So you're probably happy you got the 25 Expedition.
Yes. Again, we got the wireless charging battery, we got the power boards, I got the keypad. The only thing I'm missing is that open on approach that your mom would love to have. So, trimmer, the only thing that was different was they removed the black ovals. I did notice they had two things listed here twice. Thought that was kind of funny, so I'll get them the notes on that. Then they added, of course, power sliding window is now standalone option. And also the protective film hood and fenders last year said it wasn't available with any of your black appearance packages or your trimmer. But this year, there's no note on that, so it is available there. And they did remove the engine block heater from the trimmer for some reason. Thought that was weird. And then on DIOs, let's talk about this because this is fun. They made it its own page. They added 2 new bed covers. Well, I don't know if they're new because I didn't compare last year's DIOs to this year's. But they do have 2 bed covers by Real Truck. One of them is a soft roll-up, not available with the bed extender or the other tonneau covers. And then they also, Real Truck has a manual retractable one that's $2,500. That's pretty expensive. And then one that I thought was, you still have the keypad. So yes, that's still a DIO for this year and it's a dealer installed option. But here's the one that I think people will like. Where is it? The illuminated Ford logo badge. See that on the F-150, now on the Super Duty. It's probably come to the Ranger in 26, now available in the Maverick for $510. You can have the light up Ford logo. And that is available on all trim levels, even the XL. So that would be something that I think if I was a black appearance package, I would order that on my vehicle. So that because what it'll do is the oval won't be blue. It'll be black.
Okay.
And lights up, right?
Yep.
So then it gets you the black front. Now it won't do anything to the back. So you'll still have a back one that'll be blue. But
True. Oh, yeah. So I was going to say that I was just going to mention the back gate opening thing.
Should be an over there update, but who knows?
No. I just love how you use the technical term and
the backup.
The back gate opening thing. The non-technical term. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you are wondering on colors for the Maverick, that Orange Fury is a tri-coat, $495 for that.
Okay.
And that will be available even on the XL trim. Not available in Lobo though. So, and there's a color change on Lobo. White will not be available in Lobo. Space white will be. So that's the only change in the colors for Lobo.
Okay.
So now it'll be carbonized gray, shadow black, velocity blue, or space white.
Okay.
But not Orange Fury. And I says, oh, really? I think that'd be pretty cool. And they says, yeah, because the interior is grabber blue. So they didn't think it would go well. Okay. And Marsh Gray will not. The cost colors are the Azure Gray will be a tri-coat, $495. Ruby Red will be $395, I think. So, and then so the gray and the Ruby Red will not be available in XL, but available in all the other trim levels, except for Lobo, of course. So there you go. All right, there you go.
I like that even more. The kicky thingy.
Yeah, she misses the
kicky thingy.
The hands-free lift gate. So, all right. Any other questions?
Oh, I got plenty. There's plenty here.
Go for it.
17.
I didn't cover it.
Oh. Well, I'm sure some of them got covered. But I have 17 comments.
Hey, we have actually more people than normal in here. All right, go for it.
I have a bit to say. One of the whole reason I was even able to get my Maverick was because Ford had constraints on the standard XLT wheel and tire. Now they're nixing it. Yeah. Oh, Mike M says, enjoy your trip. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for
your coffee money.
There you go. We have coffee in the camper.
Well, that's your coffee money for the whole week then.
Yep. I have to Make sure I watch Barb real closely on the weekend so that the next week when it's with Jeff, I'll remember how to make coffee. It's not hard. It's a Keurig. I mean,
Does the 26 Expedition King Ranch come with second row bench seats?
believe it's a standalone option. Oh, I don't have the standalone options here. Let me. Oh, here. I have it pulled up over here.
All right. Here's a comment. More of a comment, less than a question. I read Ford expects more hybrids to sell over time due to hybrid all-wheel drive prices. Possibly.
Well, and that was one thing we kind of noticed is like the way to kind of talk about that is, so we noticed, okay, so if you're looking at a hybrid front wheel drive, if you go EcoBoost, right? Hybrid front wheel drive is your standard configuration on XL and XLT. Well, you save $1,000 if you go EcoBoost. But if you want to go EcoBoost all-wheel drive, it's no cost. So now it's $1,000 to go from, technically $1,000 to go from an EcoBoost front wheel drive to an EcoBoost all-wheel drive.
Okay.
But on a hybrid to go front wheel drive to all-wheel drive, it's $2,200.
Okay.
So it's like, so that's the story they're not really saying, but what they're really saying is that you're kind of getting a discount by going EcoBoost. So on the all-wheel drive, EcoBoost all-wheel drive is only.
So what I'm hearing is they need to sell more EcoBoost.
Well, we're gonna see. It's gonna decrease the EcoBoost, and they're trying. I think what they're really trying to push is getting people to do EcoBoost, especially EcoBoost all-wheel drive.
That's what I'm saying. They're pushing for the EcoBoost. They want people in EcoBoost.
Okay, so let's see here. I got this pulled up. We want a bench seat for King Ranch. Oh no, I guess not.
No,
it's not in there as a standalone option. So yeah, because I did that video, and if I didn't mention it, then it wasn't on here. But I don't see.
Unfortunately.
So it doesn't look like it, and I think does it say second row seats are second row captains? And yep, okay. So it's standard second row captains, and there is not an option for the bench seat.
They removed green from trimmer lineup, right?
They removed green.
Removed.
For the Expedition?
Yes.
Wild green is gone for all trim levels.
Okay.
It's so wild, it left.
They couldn't contain it.
Couldn't contain it. But yeah, no bench seat option on a King Ranch.
So Nightwolf said that he's not seeing hybrid and all-wheel drive on the website. I'm guessing that's our website.
Did you go? Okay, so I think on there they have it a little bit different. So there's a 4-wheel drive and there's an all-wheel drive. So you might need to select one of the others. Hey, let's pull it up.
Okay, and while we're there, we can look at the next question once you're done answering that one.
Okay. Let's see here.
So this kind of answers Vol's question. Can you order 26 off our website?
You can't order. I mean, you can build it on our website.
You can build it on our website.
Yes. Ordering it technically not. What you do is you you can send the form to us and then we would start reaching out, but we technically would not order it there. So, okay. So if we're on there, you see 4-wheel drive is Tremor Lobo and Lobo. So the reason you see that is technically that 4-wheel drive is your advanced 4-wheel drive. And if I go all-wheel drive, you see XL, XLT, Lariat.
Okay.
So that all-wheel drive, technically they need to, this is the reason they do that is because on the order guide, this says advanced 4-wheel drive.
Okay.
And this says all-wheel drive. So that's why they went with 4-wheel drive for that. So if you want if you want all-wheel drive, your XL, XLT, or Lariat. If you want the advanced all-wheel drive or 4x4, that's what you get on the Lobo and Tremor.
Okay.
And they do it by price, and that's why it says Lobo 402A, Tremor, and 702A.
Okay. So I need to go play with our ordering page. So
there you go. So you can go Lariat.
So I can go answer some questions.
So yeah. But so right now it will be in this drop down at some point.
But not yet.
Oh, actually, that's not the page I was looking for. Here, let me go to this. So right now, if you go, I have to actually add these links in here. So I
Okay.
will switch it out for the Maverick because you can't order. We don't want any orders for 25 Maverick because we won't get it scheduled because we're out of allocations. But if you go up to order your new Ford, and then when that pulls up, then you go down here and you'll see both Maverick order guides.
So click into it.
Then you'll see 25 and you'll see 26. So then click on the 26.
Okay. So our Quibido said he paid $37,000 for his 24 hybrid Maverick Lariat. Do you know the price increase of a 26?
Well, we can go. Hold on. Go back to that. So
what
did we have? Maverick Lariat.
Maverick Lariat hybrid.
Was it front wheel drive?
I believe it was. It was a 24.
Okay. Well, you can't get a front wheel drive anymore on a Lariat.
Ooh.
So it's kind of hard.
I mean, you have to do all wheel drive.
Yeah. So now you're 38.
Okay. So just a base all wheel drive hybrid Lariat, you're looking at 38. That's only
And back then,
that's only 1,100.
At 24, you might have had to add the electric. No, that actually you get the electric package included.
So that's 1,100.
So maybe he might have had all-wheel drive back then. So it's $1,000 more. So when you think about it, for 2 years, $1,000 more. That's not too bad. So yeah, you're 38 now.
Okay.
Well,
good to know.
And then if you go EcoBoost, you save $2,200.
Yeah. Just for fun, can you get those disc type wheels that are on the Lobo?
Can we get them?
Yeah.
Probably. We can take them off the mach-e if you want them. Yeah, I mean, those wheels should be available through Ford if you want.
Okay.
So,
do you need to order the lighted oval for the front of your Maverick at the time of your order?
Yes. Well, yeah. So you would put it on your order and the dealership installs it.
Okay.
So let's actually, you know what? That's fun. Let's look and see. Now this won't change what it looks like because we can't do that with this company because that's infringement of a lot of laws and stuff. But let's look and see if that's an option down here because I didn't go over the dealer installed options with them. So I'm curious to see if they're in here. Oh, they put them down at the bottom as dealer installed options. I like how they did that. Okay. And I didn't get with them ahead of time. They just did what they wanted. And again, remember what we have here is exactly what every dealer that works with them has. There's actually a lot of dealers that have these on their websites.
Well, when Ford doesn't offer it once they are ready for orders, makes it difficult.
Right. And the thing of it is, you know, these order guides have been out since, I mean, the reason I know them really well is because 20 years. That this is how you ordered a vehicle. We didn't have a website to go to. So when you wanted to order one, you went into a dealer and they pulled out the order guide and they said, okay, here's this and this and this. Let's look this over. And you can explain it using the order guide. And that was a guide. You know, then, you know, what was it last year? There was like, hey, we're going to make sure when a new vehicle launches that the order guide, that the build and price is available. And now this year they're going, we're going to wait until mass production too. Yeah. It's like,
can you put that on a 25?
Put what?
The lighted oval.
Probably. I mean, now that they're available for Maverick, probably so. I mean, it's going to be a different, like the reason it probably wasn't available because they had to get the sizing right. But I would assume you have to probably wait.
So, okay, this isn't a refresh or a remodel year. So your grills are going to be interchangeable between 25 and 26. So therefore, that oval should work between 26 and 25.
Yes, but just like with the keypad entry. So 25 keypad entry was a dealer installed option, but you couldn't get it through Ford Accessories until like February. So I think it's going to be the same way. So if you wanted this illuminated logo, you probably won't be able to get it through Ford Accessories until probably February or at least January.
But you can go to your parts department and have them look up the
no, they probably won't make them available
later on.
Yeah, I mean yeah. So that's what happened to the keypad because they made the keypad like a lot of people are like trying to put the 24 keypad on the 25 and they didn't work.
Right.
They because 24 you could just program it easy, right? We remembered how to do that.
Yeah.
Well, on 25 you had to have an FDRS tool or you couldn't do it. And so they changed it. And so then those keypads weren't available until about February for dealers to order. So I assume the logo was going to be something similar to that.
So, all right, I had to highlight this. Sambo Joe. We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
Convinced me to upgrade my 23.
That I just love. Depends on what you have. But
Brandon's over here. Anyone want a super rare hot pepper red FX4 4K Lux XLT now with rare built-in cup holders? No low ball offers. I know what I have.
Right.
I don't think you really want to get rid of that, Brandon.
Right. I feel that way about the Bronco.
So everything you've been through with that truck.
And I ranted earlier about that, like, about how when they first launched something, these cool features, and and then they start decontenting. I'm looking at the 21 Bronco that we have, and I'm like, I really like this. And you know me, I'm like, hey, we got to upgrade about every 3 years, right? We need the newest thing and newest technology.
To have your Bronco this long is different.
Yeah, I mean, now it's like, I mean, we're to the point we want to pay it off, but I'm looking at I drove, because right now actually I got to get something to drive tonight to take home, or I'm not going home. But I need to get something to drive tonight. And last night I drove a Bronco. I drove one of those Badland or Baja Bronco, a 2-door Baja Bronco. It drove great, but I look at it and go, that screen is huge. 12-inch screen on a Bronco. That y'all that have a 12-inch screen on a Bronco, I'm like, that thing is like, let me back up, take the seat back, because that thing is big on a Bronco. Now, on some vehicles, it's wider. Expedition 13, it's different when it's narrow. I don't know what it is, but man, I was in that, and I was like, man, that 12-inch screen looks big. There's nothing wrong with an 8-inch screen, but look at it. If I wanted to get one, you'd have to go like mine was $42,000 back in 21, and I know price increases and everything else, but to get a rear locker and auxiliary switches and everything, I still don't get the LED. Like, we were talking a customer, they got a Heritage Edition. He's Heritage Edition, front and rear locker, right on that. Everything else, and I was talking to him, and he goes, "Do you have LED lights on yours?" I said, "Yeah, the signature light, the round light." He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Oh," and I looked at his, and I'm like, "You don't have it." I thought they would at least given it to the Heritage. I mean, I've covered these, but I remember I forget half of the stuff I cover, but I'm like, you don't even have the signature light on a 25 Heritage. You're like $55,000 or something. 54, I think is what it is. Mine's 12 grand less. I mean, that sounds like a small thing, shouldn't be a big deal. But when you see a Bronco coming down the road and you have an LED light, but you have that round one, or that's your daytime running light.
Yeah.
And when you have those on, that just looks pretty cool. And we have that.
Yeah.
We have the signature light. We have the auxiliary switches. We have a rear locker. We didn't have to go that route. Now you'd have to go to the Black Diamond package. And I mean, I just feel like they're doing that. We're seeing that with the Expedition. Just 1 year removed. If we wanted to order that Expedition like we did last year, we couldn't do it. No power. Now, your mom doesn't like the power boards, so she would be okay with that. But no wireless charging pad.
Yeah.
No. Now, she likes the keypad. No keypad entry. I mean, there's just a lot of things that I was like, what are you doing? I don't know.
So, all right. I have some comments here. I'm excited to see it in person. Got my calendar on my guesstimate date for the Maverick meetup for next year. I know it's early, but hopefully me and the Mav make it there in 26.
They were here last year, or this summer. It was really fun. And we'll keep probably the same date. That seemed to work pretty well.
The date of Let's Sled.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a fun time. And we know, so it was just a fun time.
Let's see. Anthony Smith got one of the first 22 Mavericks from you guys. 22 XLT FX4. Tim made a video of driving it, looking for a 26 hybrid.
Oh yeah.
Well, come on back. We'll get
I sit here and I'm kind of badmouth the fact that they're removing things the next model year, and I probably shouldn't, because that's something we might say as salespeople on the side, but we shouldn't say it to customers because we want them to purchase an upgrade.
No, but here's the thing: you are being completely transparent.
I'm like, oh yeah, but I don't want to. Yeah, that's the other thing is I don't want that the big thing is I want to tell people that's what's removed and what's different, because if they've been researching a 25 and then they go to order a 26 expecting these things, right? Because a dealer might not tell them that, hey, there's no wireless charging pad, and then they get it expecting to have this feature. Well, we actually had that happen.
Yeah.
We had somebody that their Super Duty came in assuming to have something because of the previous model year, it had it. And now it's a standalone option. It came in, they didn't take delivery of their vehicle. Now it's going to be available for sale, and we had to reorder them a vehicle to make sure it had the options that they wanted. So it is very important to us to get it right, to let you know about that, and not
Well,
people don't go
and
through and
most of
spend
our
a day going
comments
through
are
this.
pointed to a certain group.
Yep. Right.
So yeah, anyways, any news on 26 Ranger Raptor? Wonder if they made any changes to the interior.
Okay, so we know that Bronco and Raptor, Bronco and Ranger should be October for the order guides. So we know production on those is going to go. Well, we know at least it's going through November.
Yeah.
Because we have November's information already this month. And when if they don't tell us that it's balanced out for a model for that month, that we know production is going through that month.
Yeah.
So then we can backtrack from there. So we know that we know the order bank will not open up in September. Like F-150, we can figure out is going to open up in September because we got the balance out for F-150.
Yep.
But plus the Bronco team did tell us that on the 60th anniversary will be available in October. So we know that the order guide will be open then. Bronco and Ranger work together, so about the same timeline. I'm wondering if they're going to switch Bronco Sport to follow Bronco, because that is really weird that for the last 4 years, Bronco Sport and Maverick have gone hand in hand because they're at the same plant. But this year, they still are saying no balance. They haven't mentioned that balance out terminology for November.
Yeah.
So they're going to produce 25s in November when they're going to be doing 26 Mavericks in the same time. So that is crazy. So we know that Bronco will probably go at least into probably December will be balanced out. So
yeah,
I think they're going to follow along with Bronco.
Yep.
We'll see. I don't know. It's really weird because normally you got about a 12-month production for a model. So usually you see him about the same time. That's exactly what they did with Maverick. It was November production, I think, maybe October. Bronco Sport, it started November, and it's going to go at least through November. So it's going to be at least a 13-month run. Well, it's probably going to be 14-month, which is really weird for a 25 model year. So,
yeah.
And maybe it's just because it was the first redesign. I don't know. I'm a little confused by that one, but
Bronco is its own world.
A little bit. So anyway, so that's the ones that we have left is F-150 was coming up soon. And then we have Bronco, Ranger, and Bronco Sport. And then, of course, Mustang Mach-E as well. Those are the ones we're waiting for 26 stuff. And that's all that's really left, I think, right? Am I missing anything? Mustang's gone, Escape. Expedition has, Explorer has now. Maverick, Ranger, Bronco Sport, F-150. And then that's pretty much it. And that's where we get really busy because we want to get those videos out. But yet we still have the other videos we try to do, the Built Wild Wednesdays and Maverick Mondays and everything. So anyway, so there you go. All right.
If I got a 26 XL all-wheel drive hybrid with the 4K tow package, would it have a spare tire or a patch kit?
Okay, so it's a tire inflator and sealant kit. So it's basically like the green foam or whatever they go with that one. You get slime. So it's tire inflator seal kit. So it's not even a patch kit necessarily. But yeah, standard equipment on all-wheel drive hybrid is the tire inflator and sealant kits. So 4K tow package does get the spare, right? We went over that.
Right. So if they have XL all-wheel drive hybrid with 4K tow, it would get a spare.
4K tow gets a conventional 17-inch spare tire. So that is part of that package.
Yes.
Yes. So the packages that include a spare tire, if you get it, is 4K tow, FX4, and then Tremor gets it. But even Lobo doesn't get it. or Lariat. So you have to add it. But it's only $115 for that option. So they kept the price the same.
Yeah.
So that's where like people are like, well, really they raised prices. Like, well, they kept the price the same, but they decontented things and made them standalone options.
Right.
Except for Lariat, they really did on Lariat lower the price. At least they lowered it more than the $350 for the sliding rear window. Yeah. So.
All right, Ford enthusiast is wondering if they're going to offer the orange color on the Bronco Sport or Mach-E. What do you think?
I think made in the same plant. You'd think
Bronco Sport, at least.
Yeah,
Mach-E.
But then does that mean Bronco will get it? They need to, and they said something about that color, and they're like, I just don't know. I mean, because they mentioned that the cyber orange, people said that something about getting the school bus or whatever. Now, I'm like, but at least they're giving us some color.
Yes.
Look at Expedition, grays and dark blues.
The only way to get color is if you wrap it or paint it, which is expensive.
And people have asked that for those fun vehicles like Bronco. Yeah. I mean, look at Mustang. I mean, Mustang has a lot. I mean, most models get about 7 or 8 colors.
Is it going to be the exact color you want? Probably not. But is it going to be a fun pop for those that want it? Heck yeah.
And then you get a color like Intense Lime and realize, whoa, that doesn't look that good in person. And then you're like, let's add some stripes to that.
That's avocado green, isn't it?
Yeah. But I think Orange Fury I like it better than the Cyber Orange. I think it'll be a fun color. It'll be a darker orange.
Yeah.
So somebody said it's more of an orange yellow than it is a yellow orange, like Cyber Orange. But I like it. I mean, they had it on the Mustang.
More traffic cone, less bus.
I think it's a return color. We had Orange Fury in the Mustang at one time, I think.
Yeah.
So
it'll be perfect for the dunes. Nice and orange.
Well, and hopefully we have some others. Like, I mean, they said that they're for the Maverick, they're working on a color that they hope they might be able to bring out job 2. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I should say that because I don't want people to like get their hopes up and then it doesn't. But we were told that there might be, and if so, then it would be, it would replace Marsh Gray. So.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right. If you're selling a car to an out-of-state buyer with a trade-in, can you transfer the old license plate to the new car or truck?
I think so.
So I know, like in the state of Kansas,
we do.
We do, because if it's a truck to a truck, it's the same tag, same type of tag. You don't have to have it re-registered. If it's a car to a truck or a truck to a car, you have to go and get it re-registered, but you can still keep your customized tag. But for out of state, like we can't, I know some states, the dealership is the one that gives you the tag. In the state of Kansas, we don't do that. So I think you would have to check with your DMV to see what exactly.
Do we have any
happen.
people in the chat that's out of state? That did they trade in? Did Brandon trade in with us?
I feel like Brandon did, and he's not in here tonight.
Well, he was just in here earlier.
Oh, Brandon Jones, yes. I'm thinking our friend in California, Brian
did. I don't know. But yeah, he'll jump in later, or he'll watch it later. But I don't know. Anyway, so, our guys downstairs would probably know, but you can always ask your salesperson all that.
Ask your sales associate, finance manager, or call your DMV and ask what they would suggest doing.
Yep.
Maine would allow my plate to be put on a new vehicle. So, like, some will let you use your own tag as your 60-day tag.
Well, Ridgeview's in here. What does his state do? Because
it's Maine. Midcoast Maine posted that.
Yeah, but I don't know if they bought out of state though. That's the thing, right? Within your state,
right?
But if you buy from out of state, do they? I don't know. I don't think that buying out of state changes that. So.
Yep.
All right. What other questions we got?
Do you miss the brand new Lincolns? Do you still take orders and work with Bill Knight Lincoln in Oklahoma?
I'm not sure what dealer it is, but we do. We can get new Lincolns. So. Yep.
I mean, how do we get them for our luxury line? So,
Well,
we
a lot of our luxuries are late model years.
Yes.
They're used. We get at auctions, but we can get new ones from. I don't know if it's that same dealer or not. I don't think that's the dealer we're getting them from.
we get luxury
but-
vehicles. We are now the McArthur Luxury, and so we get luxury vehicles of all brands. We get them from auctions. Low mile, brand new vehicles. Sometimes the newest model year even. So it's not impossible. You can call one of our sales associates and they will help you.
Yep. Yeah, and Midcoast is saying about that. Yeah, if you're out of state, we don't get sales tax from you.
Kansas is not allowed to collect sales tax on out of state sales.
Yeah, so we wouldn't get sales tax. So if you ever buy from us and you don't have like the $2,000 or $3,000 for sales tax to pay, we can usually finance it into your deal and give you a check back. So typically, it just depends on the amount of finance and everything, but usually can figure that out for you.
Yep. So,
any other questions?
Those are the questions I had.
That was the 17 questions already?
And comments. 17 questions and comments.
All right.
We got through them.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, Ford Enthusiast bought from us. If I traded a car in for my Bronco, I would have been able to transfer plates. Only I would have had to go to my local DMV. So I think it's
you can't. Yeah.
It's state to state on how they do things. So the best suggestion would be call your DMV, see what's available in your state, and go from there.
Yeah. And then our guys should be able to know, because a lot of times, like for us, I still have to go to the tag office. Like when I trade in, I could swap the tag, but then I still get 60 days to register it.
Yes.
Which I'm doing tomorrow. So it's been more than 60 days. I don't know. Let's not talk about it.
Oh. I was like, what vehicle have you bought recently?
Expedition. Yep. I forgot.
Yes.
We'll get that taken care of tomorrow. Anyway, I'm only 26 days late. We bought it on June 1st. Right.
We'll see what they have to say about that.
August. They don't say anything. They just charge me. It's not the first time I've been late.
Do they
you know how yearly when your tag is due, like in March or whatever, I'll go in like a couple days into the next month.
When we had the DMV over here on this side of town, we had 2 DMV locations. One of them knew my father-in-law by name. So every time I would go register for me and Lebo, she'd be like, because by the way, my husband is Willard Lee Davis the 4th. So I would go register and she'd be like, oh, you're Lee's wife, I think is what she said one time. I'm like, no, I am Lebo's wife. The 4th. You're thinking the 3rd, but like she knew him by name, not only because of vehicles registered, but because of his work as a finance manager and whatnot. And so it was just really funny. She knew us by that. She knew us by name.
So Ridgeview asked how the credit union interest incentive went, and pretty good. We sold I think 17 Saturday, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it went really well. It went pretty well. So I mean, and there are some people like, oh, you can get that kind of rate. I'm like, for 72 months, 4.9 for 72 months. That's pretty difficult, because I remember when I got the Expedition, it was hard to get a rate in the 4% for 72 months, because that's what I was looking for. Luckily we were, but we were able to. But we had to have, for like a lot of people, if for excellent credit. But what we're talking about is people that may not have the best credit. Good luck, right? Trying to get that kind of rate, right? But it qualified for most people.
Yeah. So she had a question, and Ridgeview answered it. 2.5 is hybrid, and 2.0 is EcoBoost.
Yes, correct.
So, thank you to our handy dandy moderator.
Right. All right.
Alrighty.
Yep. Any other questions? But yeah, Maverick is ready to go, and yeah, those videos will go. We'll do XL. We'll go live tomorrow morning, and I was gonna have a launch them in the evening, but I also have other videos planned. So I don't know. I'm gonna try it tomorrow in the morning and see how the videos do. But also, I want to get them out to people too, because we have a Wednesday night Bronco video to go live on that custom build we did for a customer.
Yeah.
I've been putting that off. I recorded like over a month ago, and I have other vehicles came in. I just kept having to push that video out.
Sometimes that's how it goes. You record a video and you need to put it on the back burner.
Yep. Ragnarcon, surprised the trimmer came back. So it is a low production. It's 2%. I think what was 3% last year. It is a very low number. And I thought that way too, because you couldn't order them for the last couple months.
Yeah.
And we found out it was a manufacturer issue. So the manufacturer they were working with, they nixed the contract or whatever. So that way they didn't have a manufacturer to manufacture the wheels.
Right.
But they took care of that. They got a new manufacturer for the wheel so that way it will launch for 26 model year. So we'll not have an issue there. I think, and that's kind of what happened with Expedition with their 24-inch wheel.
Yeah.
Is maybe the same thing. I'm wondering. So anyway, 24-inch wheel though. That's a big wheel.
That very much is. That's
a big wheel. One of the things I did notice that I had questions on is they didn't in the order guide. I was like going through it. I'm like, wait a minute. There's no, when you upgrade to Lariat and you go to Lobo, you get a 19-inch wheel, and there was no mention of what tire you get with that. What's the tire size? Like a lot of times they won't tell you manufacturer, but at least they tell you the size, and they didn't tell you the size. So I'm like, well, what size is it? Now on the trimmer they did, but anyway.
Is the rumor about you folks traveling to Florida in November for an event still a possibility?
Yeah. So we're thinking of going to a conference in either Orlando or I can't remember the other place. Yeah. In Orlando, I think. So they're talking about it. So yeah, I don't know. So we'll have to find out. So, but we will be going to, our marketing team is going to be going to Bronco Off Rodeo in Nevada on December 6th. And there'll be 5 of us, each of us driving a Bronco.
Yes.
And so, which I'm not sure who's going to get content. So anyway, so my thought was if we do that, we can have the trail guide ride with one of us.
Oh yeah.
So then we could switch out and one of us can get content.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay. Have him drive through it and then that person can get content. Or if I go, I want to be in the front or Matt be in the front. Yeah. So that once I go through or they go through, then you can turn around and get footage of the other ones going through an obstacle, whatever. Yes. But definitely, I mean, they're going to want to get some content. So I will have to figure that out. But I'll clue them into how Bronco Off Rodeo works. But, so
it'll be interesting. So, yes, there is Lobo for 2026. And then I have a Maverick 24 Lariat trimmer, but I see the 25s have the additional camera front and mirrors. Can I get them installed on mine?
Probably not. No, because there's a lot of wiring going on that. Because I asked, okay, so here's something else that I asked about for the Maverick. I said, okay, so I'm a little disappointed. Adaptive cruise control, not available until you go to Lariat again.
Right.
Right? I said, I don't understand that. I said, I can go and order a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $30,000 and I get adaptive cruise control as standard equipment. I said, I don't understand why it's not standard equipment on an XLT Maverick. It should be. And he says it has to do with the wiring and stuff like that for the cameras and all that, the way that it is for the Maverick or something. I don't know. There's some excuse about it. But still, I
feel like we need a flashing light on that camera
anyway
to get our attention there.
But I don't get it. But it has something to do with the wiring. For that same reason, 360 camera and all that. You would need to be a 25 or 26. So you can't just add it to your 24.
Yeah. So lots of good questions tonight.
Yeah.
So.
But yep.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because the trimmer does with that 360 camera also get you your trail camera.
Right.
Right. And so like that one there, it's made for off road, so you get the trail camera. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm,
Right. So, all
yep.
right.
So, and it works pretty good too, because I mean, a newer trimmer, yeah, it'd be kind of, it pretty much comes standard with everything, but yeah, it's trimmer is the highest one on there because it is the most expensive, and people are like, well, that doesn't quite make sense why it's more expensive than like a lariat. I'm like, well, it has more equipment than lariat because it has all the lariat equipment and the way it features and everything, plus the technology in your stuff you're getting from the advanced all-wheel drive system, the trail control, the suspension upgrade, and everything. That's why it's more expensive.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
I mean, you were saying, some of these comments are things that we shouldn't be saying to potential customers, but we are here to be honest, transparent, and give you the news no matter what it is.
Yeah. Well, and there are some that watch this. I know that I don't know about the live stream, but I know on the Maverick videos that the Maverick brand manager and the brand team, they do watch my Maverick Mondays. In fact, some of them will come up on their radar and said, "Hey, this guy said this, this, and this." Well, and when we were talking about Bronco, when I went up and they said, "Wait a minute, Ford video guy," they're like, "You're the one that did a video comparing the 24 and 25 Bronco," and I'm like, Outer Banks, and you mentioned things that were not listed on the order guide that that you found. And I'm like, yeah, I did. And so, and also they were trying to still figure out, there's a lot of them don't figure out why the covers or your hard tops material, your headliners were different in them. They said, well, and all that. And I says, well, I came to the conclusion, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that it has nothing to do with what color of top, whether it's a body colored, whether it's a black painted or white or anything. It all has to do with what trim level it's on. And he goes, you're exactly right. And I'm like, and again, that's something you don't tell people, but I figured it out with help of the community.
Yes.
Say that because the community put in there and said, okay, they showed pictures. We had an Outer Banks, so I knew what was on the Outer Banks. It was fully carpeted. Well, somebody else had a Badlands that had the little pieces and the same body color top. And I'm like, hold on a second. Why is that different? And then somebody else had this one. And so then I was able to piece it all together based on that. So
yeah,
that's kind of something different there. So anyway, so there's that. All right. Anything else that's popped up?
No. We are at 9:15.
All right. So, all righty. Well, sounds good. Okay. And yeah, so let's see. Yeah, this week Maverick videos. Expect that. If morning works, I don't know. Can do them in the evening, but we'll try to have those launch. What the plan is that I already have 2 of those already recorded. So XL will go live tomorrow morning, XLT Wednesday morning, and then yes, and then because tomorrow night is the Bronco one that I have, and then Thursday morning we'll get XLT, and then we'll do each one every morning throughout the week. Now I probably could, since Thursday we don't. The members will get a second video, but everybody else wouldn't. I could do the Lobo. I could do the XLT and Lobo on Thursday, and then Friday I could do 2 as well instead of over the weekend. So maybe I could do that, but I don't know what you guys think about that. But because the plan is that Wednesday I won't have them recorded by Wednesday. That's why I can't. But Thursday I could, because I'm recording them all Wednesday, but I'm editing most of them Thursday.
Right.
So that's another reason why I won't. But I could do 2 a day from Friday on.
Right.
And then that way they get done, and then on Monday will be a Maverick Monday about DIOs. So anyway, we'll work on that. So record most of those tomorrow. In fact, I plan to record, Lobo, Lariat, Trimmer videos tomorrow, as well as the DIO video. So those 4 will get recorded tomorrow, and then we'll work on editing them as fast as we can. Get them done. It's got to be done by Thursday because I won't be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes.
And I'm not going to take my computer, so I will be off-roading.
Yes.
Having some fun. So,
anyway. So we will see you all, or those members in here, I'll see you all on Friday.
Yep. And then members, we're going to do a special live stream.
Come talk to me. Hope I'm not too boring.
Well, that's why I think it'll be fun at bringing the members in, and that might be a weekly thing with that. Why not have some fun with that?
When
And
you're gone.
And and I think it's like there are some Fridays when it's like I don't have anything to talk about, so we can bring people and can help with that. So that'll be kind of fun. So we'll see who all wants to join in on that. So see about that time. See, that's at 4:00 here. Yep. We'll still be in Central Time Zone. We'll probably be in Western Kansas, so we might be able to listen in with you guys, and it might be kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
So, all right. Probably I won't jump in, but it'll be fun to watch. And so your mom can comment because I can log in as member.
Oh yeah.
With McArthur's account, and your mom can chat.
Yep.
So ATN. Well, it's time to go.
It really is.
Yeah, we were actually headed out, but anyway, there's ATN right there. So yeah. So all right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us here, Dave or Kelly. I never know. But yeah. All right. Look for those videos the next several days, and we're going to be busy at that. And there you go. All right. Anyway, well, you struck out here because you're late. Swung and miss. Just kidding. Anyway. All right, guys. I think that's it. Anything else?
No.
All right. Got a lot of stuff planned for the next week and such. So, yeah. Enjoy those videos. And if you have any questions, drop them down in those comments on those videos and everything, and we'll go from there. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining us. Till the next video. Stay positive. Be kind to one another.
And be kind to yourself.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.